Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And thank you, Administrator Guzman, for testifying before the committee today. There have been more than 19 million new business applications filed under the Biden-Harris administration, and women and minorities are leading the way. But that is not all. The economy has created nearly 16 million jobs, unemployment remains at historic lows, and we are making progress on the fight against inflation. Despite the good news, we must continue to do our jobs as legislators to root out fraud and strengthen the SBA programs and services. I commend your work to combat fraud created by the previous administration's lack of control. Unfortunately, rather than work together on reauthorizing core entrepreneurial development programs and streamlining the 504 program, we have spent the second session of this Congress discussing the SBA MOU with the Michigan Department of State. The majority has fired off oversight letters, issued subpoenas, conducted transcribed interviews, and held multiple hearings. But what we have found, nothing but unfounded allegations and wasted resources. To be honest, I have served on this committee for a long time, and I am particularly troubled by the partisanship we have experienced. The committee has historically been a bipartisan committee that has worked together on behalf of small businesses. I am afraid that small businesses are getting the short end of the stick in this Congress. Instead of sitting down to negotiate on programmatic policies that serve entrepreneurs as they start up, create jobs, and grow their local economies, we waste precious time on messaging. My hope today is that we can learn more about the small business boom and what SBA is doing to help both these new firms and those already in existence. As the 1-818 Congress comes to an end, we must work together to set our priorities so that we can hit the ground running to build on the success of SBA programs. I would like to hear more about the implementation of the lending rules and steps that you have taken to modernize and safeguard the integrity of both the 7A and the 504 programs. And I hope to get an update on certifications for the Women-Owned Small Business Program as I continue to hear from women-owned firms and stakeholders that the resources and staffing levels remain insufficient to handle the number of applicants in a timely manner. With that said, I appreciate that this administration continues to send a record amount of prime contracting dollars to small business government contractors. But more can be done to level the playing field for small businesses, recruit more small businesses into the federal marketplace, and put more opportunities within their reach. I look forward to your testimony. Thank you. I yield back.
Lady yields back. Before I start with introducing our witness, I want to take a quick second to congratulate the ranking member for her achievements on this committee. We may not always get along, as you've already heard. We're not getting along this morning, but about policy. But it's been a pleasure getting to know you. We've even talked baseball and some other stuff, and getting to know you and more thought throughout the years and working together to pass some actual meaningful bills in this committee, which we do that. So yesterday, she had a much-deserved portrait unveiling ceremony. Unfortunately, I could not make it for a personal reason, but I wanted to commend her again for that, and I want to commend her for the work she has done. She's been the chairwoman or ranking member since 1998. That's when I got out of high school. Since 1998, and I know her portrait will add certainly not some class, but class to the hearing room once it gets put on the wall. So I know when that happens, you're going to continue to be looking over my shoulder. And so less than more, I hope. But with that, I want to say thank you and congratulations for your leadership. And now,
thank you. Much appreciated.
no speeches.
Chairman.
No, you can't.
No. Thank you. Thank you very much for your kind words. And it's a pleasure working with you, definitely. You know, we disagree, but we respect each other. And We are driven by our desire to provide the tools for small businesses to do what they do best, and that is creating jobs in our economy. And yes, I started out not too long ago, but I was very young, very young.
You were.
And still. Thank you.
Okay, very good.